Welcome to part number 14 of the Mega Man 03 Hard S-Rank Challenge. We're at the giant elevator stage, and this stage plays a little bit differently than most of the other stages. For this beginning area, don't worry about killing all of the enemies. You do not need to kill all of them. The reason being is that you are required to eliminate a large amount of enemies in the middle part of the stage. So don't worry about killing these enemies. Your bigger concern should be completing this stage quick enough, because I found that the time limit was sort of strict. I don't know, a few attempts I lost a point to time, so just try to do this part as quickly as you can, because most of your time will be spent on the giant elevator. For the giant elevator, you are required to kill a large amount of enemies. There's 3 types of enemies. The first type is this shield enemy, this one right here, and there's 2 ways you can kill this shield enemy. You can either hit it off the giant elevator by hitting its shield with your Z-Buster until it falls off, or you can wait for them to attack, jump over their attack, and then hit them with your sword. I found that to be the better way of killing them. It's much quicker and there's less risk involved. For this second enemy, these circular ones, 1 Z-Saber hit and they'll go down. Pretty simple. Try to kill them before they can attack, because their attack is just, it's a grenade and it can sneak a hit on you if you're not paying attention. So try to kill them before they attack. Halfway through the giant elevator section, you will encounter this mini-boss. Now with this mini-boss, I highly recommend you equip the Thunder Chip and the Recoil Rod. When you equip these 2, you can perform this elemental attack. On normal mode, you can do this elemental attack with every weapon. However, you can only do it with the Recoil Rod on hard mode. When you use this attack, the mini-boss will become paralyzed and it won't be able to attack. So just continuously use that attack and then hit it with your Z-Saber while your Recoil Rod is charging up. It's not too bad once you get the hang of it. The second part of the elevator is more of the same, except our third enemy will appear. It is these zombie-looking enemies. They go down in 1 hit. Just make sure they do not get close to you. If they do get close to you, they will punch you, and the punch might even knock you off the elevator. And obviously, you do not want that to happen. You do kill a lot of enemies on this elevator, which is why I said you don't need to kill many enemies in the beginning area of the level. I'm pretty sure it's enough to fulfill your enemy requirements, but once again, I'm not entirely sure. Once you're done with the giant elevator, you have a small portion of level left to do. It's very similar to the area right before the giant elevator, that hallway where you're going down. It's filled with the same kinds of enemies, so just I don't want to say take your time, but make sure they don't get a hit on you. This part is filled with a lot of spikes, so make sure you memorize where all the spike pits are, so you can get through this area without, getting hit by the spikes or having to slow down to figure out where the spikes are. That last part isn't too bad, just do a few practice runs and you should be okay. Now for our boss in this stage, it is different than all the other main stage bosses because it has 3 life bars instead of 2. I'm not sure why, maybe because it's really big and they decided to get 3 life bars. I don't know. He also has some of the most varied attacks of any boss in the game. Sometimes he'll throw a crate. After that, he will charge at you, so make sure you jump over him. Sometimes he will release his dogs, so when he does that, you kind of have to learn the pattern in which the dogs jump. I can't really explain it, but if you practice the boss enough, you'll get the hang of it. Other times, he'll throw a lead pipe at you. Normally, it's not a problem. However, if you are really close to the wall, the pipe will bounce off the wall and it will most likely hit you. Sometimes he'll pull out a giant purple sword and charge at you. I think right after he does a crate, he does it sometimes. Just jump over him, you should be fine. If you have the double jump, that helps out a whole lot. but you can jump over him if you don't have the double jump just as easily. And his final attack is he'll summon a bunch of purple energy balls and they'll travel along the floor. Just jump over that. If you have the double jump, it's a little bit easier, but you don't really need it. And I think for this stage I get a 97, which is still an S rank. But at this point my average is so high that I don't really need to get an S rank on any stage, on every stage anymore. So I'll see you in part number 15.